Well, I mean, obviously, when you have just a walkthrough to go through a game, you have to be true to who you are. So that's what we're focused on. Our best version of our defense is protecting the paint, protecting the rim, making those multiple efforts. Obviously, when you have two prolific playmaking attackers at two different positions with LeBron and AD, that presents a challenge. But that's what this league is all about. You have to rise to different challenges. We are capable of making it tough on different teams, bring our best version, and that's what we'll be focused on tonight.
Over the years, you've talked about a variety of ways to win, and in your wins, you've had a variety of guys who've led that scoring charge. Is that something you'd like to see throughout the season, or is there points, as we talked about last night, where obviously your best player sometimes is just going to be that?
Yeah, I know. I think everybody wanted to see that like immediately. But the thing about Jimmy is he's just a very good basketball player. I compare him to the five-tool baseball player. He's got a lot of skills that he's going to impose on a game, and he's going to read the game and feel what's needed. I think that's a throwback player. I like the way he attacks a game from a competitive standpoint. We really needed some of his scoring last night. He set the tone with his aggressiveness. I thought he's done that a couple times actually in this past week. But other guys had to step up, and that's what we're going to need. We're going to need the confidence of our younger players to continue to grow. He's infusing that, and they're in these situations thrown to the fire. And they love it. That's what you want out of young competitors, and you want to see them evolve into something different as the season goes on.
Erik, how is Dion? How's his situation?
No new news. He will not be active tonight. Justice will not be active. DJ will not be active. Timmy, who else am I forgetting about? KZ is not active. UD, Chris Silva, they're active.
Good plan.
And Dion's illness, is it the same as it was?
That's all the comment I have about the inactive guys. He will not be here active tonight.
Did you know, like early in camp or preseason, that guys like Kendrick and Chris would be playing the roles they are right now, or did the season just kind of dictate?
I was just open to it. I can't say that necessarily I was envisioning starting Kendrick, but I love being in the process with him this summer. He impressed all of us with his work ethic and commitment to get better. He's a talent, so it's not as if we're creating something out of nothing. This kid can play, and he's, I say it all the time, he's an older, younger, veteran newcomer. I love it, and I love his story. Chris Silva definitely was just open to the possibilities. He made us watch him, and then he's been making us play him, from time to time. Now, I do have a track record of playing the two-way guys, so I'm not afraid of throwing them into a game. And he's no different. But he does a lot of things that we like. Obviously the comparison to UD. He's a different kind of player, but the ruggedness and the commitment to physicality and the commitment to get better and his heart, I can definitely see the comparisons.
Erik, obviously you coached against Jimmy before, but what, if anything, has surprised you about coaching him and his game on the floor?
I would say the playmaking. And I watched so much film of him this summer just to get a better feel for him, and the more and more I watched, the more impressed I became with his playmaking and his ability to make other guys better. And then now that he's in our uniform and I get to see it, up close, I'm even more impressed. He infuses a lot of confidence. I think that's a big part of our younger players getting better quicker. He's giving them opportunities, to be aggressive, and I haven't felt that he's had to try to prove anything to anybody else on the outside in terms of scoring average or any kind of wow narratives. It's just about playing winning basketball, and I just think that's so old school. That's like a throwback player. That's been refreshing, to see. And then obviously the DNA and a lot of his competitiveness. That's our language, for better or worse. That's who we are. That's who he is, and that's a good place to start.
Has Justice begun the concussion protocol yet, or is it still at the headache and having to wait on that process?
I think he has to still wait. Yeah.
Erik, when you have a new group like you do this year, like Frank does over there, how important is a fast start to getting buy-in and earning credibility and trust? Is that a hurdle you don't worry about when you're winning early?
I mean, obviously it sure helps, but had to do it where you don't get that fast start, so you better figure it out one way or another. But yeah, obviously you'd rather have success than not. But you have to get a group committed to go through the mud, even when it's not necessarily going your way. The process, you can't skip steps in this league, no matter how much talent you have. And they're not skipping steps.
Coach, what have you seen on film from LeBron defense so far this last couple games?
Yeah, I've been impressed with how well he's moving. That's one of the best qualities that I've always admired about LeBron is he puts so much into the game and into his craft, and a large part of that is his body and his physical well-being to be able to prepare himself to play at that level every single night for 82 games and beyond in the playoffs. That's a commitment that most players are not willing to do, and that's what makes him uncommon. We have a couple of those guys too. Jimmy's like that. Dwayne was like that. But that's unique, and that's a great example for young players, I think, coming in to just see how much you have to put in to stay at that level physically, and that in turn is the fountain of youth. So there's a lot of work and sweat that goes behind the scenes.
What will it be like to have Dwayne in the building, playing in front of him?
Yeah, we had him out this afternoon. It was great to see him and get him with our guys. Sure, you can both go ahead and print this. I'd rather have him in uniform, but it'll be good, right? He's going to sit like right along by our bench, so I'm going to let him take one of our huddles.
And if he cheers for LeBron, what are you going to do then?
Look, I get it, but LeBron always looked better in red and black. All right?
Erik, LeBron is averaging over 11 assists at the top of the league. Do you see that as a natural progression point for him?
You could just, every year he's doing something that's just ridiculous that you can't explain. That's why he's the best player in the game.
LeBron's obviously played, Erik, with a lot of good bigs, Chris, Kevin. How do you see the differences between the way he plays with Anthony Davis as opposed to maybe some of those other guys?
Yeah, and I think that's part of his genius is he's able to morph into whatever he needs to be to bring out the best out of the other players. And I think his connection with CB was pretty natural. And I think this just fits like a glove. LeBron and AD, the way they work together, their skill sets complement each other. If you put it just on paper, all of it complements each other. Both of their strengths complement each other, and they can bring out the best in each other. And then when both guys want to do it and commit to the process of getting better with it, you're just going to see that improve dramatically as the season goes on. Okay, thank you.